Agitavach. So I'll tell you, Maisa. When the Baal Shem Tov first revealed himself, the name of the Baal Shem would would create different types of reactions. When someone mentioned the name of the Baal Shem Tov, some people were enthralled and amazed and just like, I want to be part of that world. And some people were very skeptical and very pessimistic and sort of even antagonistic sometimes. So the Maisa goes, there was one Yid who was in neither camp. He wasn't enthralled and a believer, but he wasn't such a skeptic either. He was willing to be swayed either which way. So he decided there's only one way to do it, which is to go see it myself. To go see it myself. So this year he lived in Lithuania, in Lita, and he traveled to Mezhebish, where the Baal Shem Tov was, to see with his own two eyes what's going on over there. And so he happened to stay the year that he wasn't from there, so he had to stay by someone's house. He stayed by a yid named Rabbi Yechiel. So this Rabbi Yechiel was a student of the Baal Shem and a follower of the Baal Shem. And this yid is staying by Rabbi Yechiel's house, in order to see an eyewitness of what the Baal Shem Tov is about. So he was staying there for a Shabbos. So it comes Friday night, and he comes to daven to the base medrash, and the whole time his eyes are on the Baal Shem. That's what he's here to see. And once the Baal Shem Tov started davening, this yid was so taken aback by the Baal Shem Tov's davening that immediately he became a follower. The Baal Shem Tov's davening was so fiery and passionate and just otherworldly. So this yid became, he was, I'm all in. But then the problem was like this. After davening, the Baal Shem Tov turned around and everyone was giving Shalom Aleichem and Good Shabbos, and he was smiling. He's all very good. In the middle of all of this, while everyone is happy and so excited at Shabbos, the Baal Shem Tov, his face turns very stern, and the Baal Shem Tov turns to one of the Gaboyim, and one of the helpers in the shul, and he starts yelling at him and screaming. He says, "You have to go check on the horses in the stable. How could you not check on them? You have to make sure that they're okay. You're being negligent in your job." And the Gabbai is shocked by this. The people are shocked by this. This Yid is certainly shocked by this. Going from davening, which was la'ela, above and beyond anything he ever saw, such holiness, and then all of a sudden you're getting upset at what seems to be a nice guy because to check on the horses on Shabbos. So okay, but he doesn't know what to make of it. Meanwhile, this Yid, the Shamashik, he does what he's told. He runs out, gets to check on the horses, whatever, and he comes back a few minutes later. He says, "Rebbe, the Baal Shem," he says that everything's fine. And the Baal Shem says, "Okay," he's smiling again. "Okay, Baruch Hashem," and he continues giving good Shabbos to everybody. A few minutes later, he turns to the Gabbai, yelling and screaming again. "Check on the horses. How could you be so negligent about it? This is your job." It's like he doesn't know what to do. So he runs back, comes back a few minutes later. The horses are fine. Okay, good. The horses are fine. And it goes on like this a few more times. The whole thing is very strange. So when this Yid goes home Friday night to go have his meal by his host, by this Rabbi Yechiel, so he says to Rabbi Yechiel, he says, "Listen, maybe this is something that you guys are used to. I don't know what's going on over here. When I first saw the Baal Shem Tov davening, he looked like an angel. All of a sudden, after davening, he's yelling and screaming at this guy, and does not look like an angel to me. So I can't make heads or tails out of this." So Rabbi Yechiel says, "I'll tell you the truth. We're used to things like this, but it's not like I could explain it either. So I could just tell you strange things like this happen, but I don't know what the explanation is in this particular time. We have to ask the Baal Shem Tov himself." Okay? So they go through Shabbos, and finally after Shabbos, when it's time to leave, so the guests come and have a few minutes with the Baal Shem Tov, private audience. So this Yid comes to the Baal Shem. Baal Shem Tov knows right away, what's bothering him. And the Baal Shem Tov says the following thing. He says, "I'll tell you what was going on." He says, there was a certain Yid that was traveling to come see me. And he was traveling from Thursday already to come to Mezhebish for Shabbos. The problem is that he got stuck along the way, and something went wrong with his wagon. Whatever the situation was, he got stuck on the side of the road. And what happened was, while he was stuck on the side of the road, there was a group of bandits, group of robbers and so on. They saw a victim that they were going to take advantage of, and they were going to attack him. The Baal Shem Tov says, "I saw this happening, so to speak, with his Ruach HaKodesh, and what could I do? What could I do?" So the Baal Shem Tov decided, what I can do is, through somehow speaking to my Gabbai, and putting dread and fear on my gabbai by yelling and screaming about horses, I was somehow able to get that fear and awe onto those bandits, onto those robbers who were also riding horses. And when the more I yelled at my gabbai, the more those robbers and bandits became just intimidated by just the environment. They became just like frazzled and nervous, and maybe the police are coming. They got all intimidated by the situation to the point of where they just let the guy go and they left. And the Baal Shem Tov said, and the proof that I'm right is that in just a matter of an hour or so, you'll see this Yid show up. And you can ask him what happened. So that's what happens. In an hour or two, this Yid, comes out of nowhere, all exhausted. What happened to you? So you're not going to believe it. I was traveling here for Shabbos. I got stuck on the side of the road. I had these bandits come and they were attacking me, but then all of us out of nowhere, they started looking at each other, all nervous, as if someone was chasing them, and they just left me. And somehow I didn't have anything, but I had to walk. They took all my stuff. They took my horse. They took my carriage. But at least I was survived. At least I survived it, and I was able to walk. And that's why I'm showing up here already after Shabbos. And so that's how this Yid realized the Baal Shem Tov was correct, and that's how the Baal Shem Tov saved the day. No, again, stories like this. What does it do for us? What do we learn from it? So one thing that you see from there is an amazing thing, which is the Baal Shem Tov was somehow able to speak to other people and to see other people and to interact with other people through the Gabbai, right? So he's talking, putting dread and fear on the Gabbai and Shul, and somehow that's dread and fear is relating to other people as well. And that itself is an amazing lesson, an amazing principle, which is that when you look at somebody, we look at somebody and we usually think that's just one person. But Chazal say every single person has to say, "V'shvili nevra olam." For me, the whole world was created. So we think of that means I'm just the most important guy in the world. No. It means to a certain degree, the entire world is contained within me. The entire world is somehow a reflection of me. And my avodah, my service of Hashem, is the most important thing for the whole world. Everything depends on me, and everyone is reflected within me, and I'm reflected in everyone else. Every single Jew is all of 600,000 Jews put together. And that's what the Baal Shem Tov was experiencing, to find within that Gabbai Yidden that are on the other side of the town. That's what the Baal Shem Tov saw. And therefore, when we have respect for another Yid in such a way that we're not just talking about one Jew or dealing with one Jew, we're dealing with all of Klal Yisrael as contained in that Jew, that makes a difference. That makes the experience altogether different. Hashem should bless us that just like as Hashem always gives good things and brachas to the Jewish people as a whole, so too He should give brachas and good things to every individual Jew, because every single individual Jew is the collective whole. We should to experience the brachas and the shefa that comes with that. But be as close to the barachim and